Despite all the fear mongering about SEO being dead, I am going to prove to you that it is in fact not dead, and that what works for SEO is also important in AI search. And I'm going to show you the two most important things you've got to get right to show up in both AI and Google search. Hi there, if you're new here, my name is Bruce. I've been doing digital marketing, SEO, affiliate marketing since 2015. I make these videos because I love this stuff. I'm always learning, and I'm learning how this new AI stuff works. And at first I was super worried about it. And now I'm just like, all right, they got bots. They got to go crawl stuff. We can put information where it's supposed to be for these bots to find it, just like SEO. And that's what I checked. That's what I discovered. And that's why I'm going to make this video. So hopefully this will help you out. Okay, that was kind of a long intro, but still fighting a cold, so I'm a little foggy brained. Anyway, so I like to look at some of the most competitive searches to see what Google likes, right? Because you got to get it right to show up for these things. So like this search is best protein powder, best CBD, and then I got best CBD gummies in another tab, best online casino. And then I got the same tabs opened up in Grok. I use Grok lately because I don't have to log into it, and it's an AI. ChatGPT, I think, makes me log in, and I don't want to log in for these videos. Okay, so let's look at these, and let's look at some things the two things that you got to get right. So I'm going to tell you to pay attention. Well, I'm going to tell you to pay attention to this bottom left-hand corner, because when I hover over the Google link, it'll show you the URL, and that's what's going to be important. So the search is for best protein powder, right? The number one search result is Forbes, right? Now look at what you got to get right. Look at the URL. The URL says best protein powder. So you've got to get the keyword, in this case protein powder, into your URL. You got to make sure that that's right. So if you're like an orthodontist selling braces, you got to have braces in your URL somewhere. The next place you have to have it is right here. This is the page title. You've got to have protein powders. You've got to have your keyword in your page title, right? So that's just the first one. Let's go on. Look at this. Okay, this is Reddit. Look in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. At this part over here, when I hover over, it says, what's the best protein powder? What underscore the underscore best underscore protein underscore powder underscore or powder. So the keyword protein powder is in the URL, and this is the page title right here. Whoops, why is it not highlighting that? Okay, well, all right. Anyway, this is the page title. Here's the Mayo Clinic. Protein powder. This is the page title. When I hover over this, protein powder is in the URL. So you've got to get it in the URL and the page title. Now, let's go to the AI. Let's go to Grok. And you can see best protein powder. I'm not even asking a question. I'm just like, people are going to like ask questions to Grok. They're usually not going to just throw that in there. But it's returning the top protein powders, and it's pulling data, right? So let's look at what it's pulling. Okay. Okay, so it's pulling from Healthline. Continue to cite. Okay. Look at this. Best protein powder, that's in the URL. And when I hover over this tab, that's the page title. 12 best protein powders for 2025. So in Google and in this, you got to get the keyword in the URL and the page title. Let's go to the next one. That was the first one. Garage gym reviews. Okay. Let's go to bodybuilding reviews because they're taking bodybuilding reviews, right? Best protein powders in the URL. Page title, 18 best protein powders of 2025. Garage Gym reviews, best protein powder in the URL. Best protein powder in 2025, expert tested, right? So the 80-20 of this is get your keyword in the URL and your page title. More examples. Best CBD gummies. Again, Forbes, they rank for all the affiliate terms because, yeah, why not? Best CBD gummies, right, in the page title. And then when I hover over it, look at the bottom left-hand corner, best CBD gummies. Cornbread hemp. So the keyword CBD gummies, right? Excuse me. And when you look at the URL, it says full spectrum CBD gummies. So you got to get CBD gummies in the URL and the page title. One more. CBDMD.com. CBD gummies in the page title. And as you can see in the bottom, CBD gummies in the URL. We can go here to Grok. Let's see, Healthline. I think that was one of the ones they choose before. Global Newswire. So Global Newswire, here we go. Took a while to get there, you know, but that's how these press release sites are. Best CBD gummies in the CBD gummies are in the URL and the page title. Best CBD gummies of 2025. Cornbread hemp. So cornbread hemp, there you go. They're releasing, that's a strategy there for you. Remember, because we saw them here, right? Obviously, all these sites are doing SEO, except maybe Forbes. They can rank for anything. All they got to do is put up articles. These guys are obviously working hard, but they're there because they're doing SEO and they're trying to get into the AIs, and press releases are a good way to do that, actually. And over here, we've got Healthline, best CBD gummies. We tested the best CBD gummies is the page title. So URL, page title. I think you're seeing a trend here, right? Let's do casinos, the casino niche, brutal. I have not worked in the casino niche, but everybody says it's brutal. Okay, here's Reddit. Online casino recommendations. Best online casino. So we got online casino in the, this is the page title. This is page title. And then when I hover over it, it says online casino recommendations in the URL. It's the same. Go here to casino.org. Online gambling. Okay, so this one's kind of interesting. But casino is in the domain name, which is a super important place to put it. So technically, it is in the URL. You got casino and online because online's in the domain name. Let's look at this one. Now that one's interesting. A slight difference. Online gambling in the United States, and it's gambling.com. Gambling and casino are very similar. A little bit different though. Very interesting that is a deviation from what we've seen elsewhere. Okay, let's go here to Grok, BetMGM. Let's click on that. That's the first result. Here's the second result. Real money casinos. Okay, so my search here in Grok is online casino. Real money casinos. We're not seeing online anywhere. Okay, so online is in the page title. The best real money online casinos for U.S. players in 2025. It's in the page title. It's not. It's just casinos, not online in the URL. Very interesting. Here is Google Apps. It's got BetMGM Casino. So this one is a deviation from what we're seeing. This only has casino in the URL and the page title. And this is an incredibly hard niche. So very interesting. I would say stick with getting your keyword in the URL and the page title, and you should be good. Well, you have to do that basically at a minimum. In particular, I kind of think that the page title is even more important, but you might as well get it into the URL also, because these are some of the most competitive niches online, and you see a trend. Although I will say that the casino is a little bit different, but for your local niches, for most things that you're trying to rank for are going to be way easier than this. So just do what standard SEO practices: keyword in the page title and the URL, and that's it for today. So if you found this helpful, to help like calm your nerves, that if you're good at SEO, we're going to figure out this AI stuff. It's going to happen. So if you like this, please give me a thumbs up. If you thought this was terrible, please give me a thumbs down. If you have any questions about this, leave them in the comments and I will answer you. Yeah. And if you need good website hosting, I'm going to leave a link to my favorite website host below. It's WPX. That's who I use for for my most important websites. They're the fastest. They got the best backups and the best customer service. Anyway, if you're interested, I'll leave the link below. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.